Vanakkam. Greetings to all Indian Forest Service aspirants. Once again, a warm and hearty welcome to all of you to my YouTube channel, SYLVA, a ladder to reach canopy. Friends, after completing the overview of three chapters, that is the forest management and management systems, forest working plan, forest mensuration and remote sensing. Finally, we are going to see the last chapter of section A of paper 2, that is surveying and forest engineering. Surveying and forest engineering is one of the important branches of forestry, though it cannot be classified as a core forestry subject, but its principles play a very important role in two different aspects of forest management. The first and foremost aspect is about the forest demarcation or the delineation of forest boundary. Second important aspect is about the creation of various infrastructure in forestry sector. The infrastructure like forest roads, forest bridges and various buildings which are part of day-to-day forest management. Let us see the contents here one by one. Surveying. The first important part of this chapter is about the forest surveying. Surveying is a very essential step in any sector where land is involved. Agriculture sector or the agriculture department, revenue department, and similar to that in forestry sector also the surveying play a very important or significant role. One of the important practical application of these surveying principles about the demarcation of forest boundary. As we know that forest boundaries are generally overlapping with any villages or any urban bodies, so there will be always a problem of locating the exact forest boundary. The understanding of forest survey helps in identifying the forest boundary. So, forest surveying is a very important, essential aspect in day-to-day forest management. The surveying, as we know that it is a very common principle used in the engineering branch, and surveying is about the determination of location or the position by taking linear and angular measurement. The two important principles generally utilized in the surveying is about the trigonometry and geometrical principles. So in forestry, how the surveying play a important role will be dealt in detail here. Here we also study about the different methods of surveying used in the forest area. The common methods generally used in the day-to-day forest activity, that is about the plane table surveying, chain surveying and compass surveying. So we will be studying about the situation in which these different types of surveying is essentially used. Apart from the determination of forest boundary, many times the surveying principles are really help in creation of forest plantations, various water harvesting sector. So these are all the additional benefits one can get from the application of forest surveying. So followed by the different methods of surveying, we will be also studying about the maps. What is map and how the map reading is helpful in day-to-day forest management. The different or the common maps used in the forest is one is about the revenue map, another important about the geographical topo sheets. So we will be studying in detail about the various scales and the various types of maps used in the forestry and how to identify the forest boundaries also dealt in detail here. So in the forest surveying, we will be studying about the surveying, then the different methods of surveying, maps and map reading. So after the forest surveying, the second important aspect of the forest, that is the forest engineering. So as I mentioned that the scope of forest engineering is about the creation of various infrastructure and assets like the forest roads, forest bridges and different types of buildings generally made for the different purposes of forest management. So here we'll be studying about the basic principles of forest engineering in detail. And So in the forest engineering, after completing the basic principles of forest engineering, we will be studying about the building materials and construction. As we know that the different kinds of building materials, that is about the bricks, stones and similar materials, and how the construction activities taking place in the forest area, and what are the different modes of construction, all will be dealt in detail here. How the materials are generally collected, or the unlike the uh, building making in any non-forest area, the how the construction is taking place inside the forest area, with its detailed discussion will be also held in the upcoming presentation. As I mentioned that the important infrastructure is of the part of the forest management, what is about the roads and the bridges, and what are the different or the general principles used in making these roads and bridges will be dealt here, and what are the objects used in these roads and bridges construction, and the types of roads and bridges, the forest roads and bridges, culverts, and how they are designed in fulfilling the objectives of forest area also dealt here. The simple design and construction of timber bridges also dealt here. Unlike the common bridges, which is made of the common construction material, so in forest area, the timber bridges also made in common, and the type of timber used in making the bridges, and what are the selection criteria of timber, and how it is designed in construction in the forest area also dealt in detail here. Friends, I try to give the overview of the contents of the final chapter of section A of paper 2, that is the surveying and forest engineering, and the detailed presentation of each and every content presented before you will be dealt in with the complete presentation in the upcoming videos, and stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching the video. SYLVA, a ladder to reach canopy. Thank you.